Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. Today, we'll be exploring attitude and its types in organizational behavior. This is a fascinating topic that helps us understand how attitudes influence workplace dynamics. Over the next few minutes, I'll give you a brief overview of what attitudes are, the different types we encounter, and their impact on organizations. So, let's dive in and get started. All right, let's dive into what we mean by attitude. Essentially, an attitude is a learned tendency, so it's not something we're born with, but something we develop over time that influences how we evaluate different things around us. In the context of organizational behavior, or OB, attitude takes on a slightly more specific meaning. It refers to how an individual feels about, believes in, and behaves toward various work-related aspects. Think of it as the overall lens through which we view our job, colleagues, or even the organization as a whole. Now, attitudes aren't just one simple thing. They're made up of three key components. First, there's the cognitive component, which is all about our beliefs or what we think about a particular aspect. Then, there's the affective component, which is our feelings or emotional response. And finally, the behavioral component, which reflects our intentions or how we actually act based on those feelings and beliefs. Understanding these components helps us see how attitudes shape our behavior at work. When we recognize that attitudes are learned and have these different parts, it becomes easier to see how they influence things like motivation, job satisfaction, or even teamwork. So, in the bigger picture, this understanding can be a powerful tool for improving organizational culture and employee engagement. Now, let's talk about why attitude is so important in organizational behavior. First off, attitude really influences how employees behave and perform at work. If someone has a positive attitude, they're more likely to be engaged, proactive, and productive. Conversely, a negative attitude can lead to disengagement and lower performance. Next, attitude impacts decision-making and teamwork. When individuals have a constructive outlook, they're more open to collaboration and making thoughtful choices that benefit the team and the organization as a whole. It shapes how we interact with others and solve problems together. Attitude also directly affects job satisfaction and the overall organizational culture. When employees feel good about their work and the environment, it creates a positive culture that attracts and retains talent. A positive attitude can foster a supportive and motivated workplace. Finally, understanding attitude helps us predict work-related behaviors. By recognizing people's attitudes, we can better anticipate how they might act in certain situations, which is crucial for effective management and leadership. So, in essence, attitude is a key driver behind many aspects of organizational life, influencing individual performance and shaping the broader culture we aim to build. Now, let's explore some of the key attitudes that influence employee behavior in organizations. First up is job satisfaction. This refers to the positive feelings employees have about their jobs. When someone feels satisfied, they're more likely to perform well and stay committed to the organization. It's a crucial factor because happy employees tend to be more productive and less likely to leave, which benefits the company overall. Next, we have organizational commitment. This is about the emotional attachment and loyalty employees feel toward their organization. It's what keeps people engaged and invested in their work beyond just the paycheck. There are different types of organizational commitment. Effective commitment, where employees stay because they genuinely want to. Continuance commitment, where they stay because they feel they have to, often due to lack of alternatives. And normative commitment, where they stay out of a sense of obligation or moral duty. Understanding these attitudes helps us grasp why employees behave the way they do and how organizations can foster a positive work environment. When employees are satisfied and committed, it creates a more motivated, cohesive, and productive workforce, an essential theme for effective organizational management. Now, let's explore some additional types of attitudes that influence how employees behave and perform. First up is job involvement. This refers to how much a person psychologically identifies with their job. When someone has a high level of involvement, they see their work as a core part of who they are, which often translates into greater motivation and dedication. Essentially, the more invested they are in their role, the more committed they tend to be. Next, we have employee engagement. This goes a step further, encompassing both emotional and intellectual commitment to the organization. Engaged employees don't just do their tasks, they actually care about the company's success and feel connected to its goals. As a result, they tend to be proactive, seeking out ways to improve and contribute, and they usually perform at higher levels. So, fostering this kind of engagement is crucial for creating a motivated, high-performing workforce that drives organizational success. So, to wrap things up, I want to emphasize that attitudes really do shape how we behave in the workplace. When someone has a positive attitude, it often leads to better collaboration, increased motivation, and overall more productive outcomes. Essentially, our mindset impacts not just individual performance, but the success of the entire organization. This is why, as managers, it's so crucial to focus on fostering and improving employee attitudes. By doing so, we're not just boosting morale, we're laying the foundation for organizational success. When employees feel valued and optimistic, they're more engaged and committed, which benefits everyone. Remember, attitude is a powerful driver. When we prioritize creating a positive environment, we create a ripple effect that can lead to remarkable results. So, keeping that in mind, let's continue to focus on how our attitudes can influence and elevate our workplace outcomes.